Well, when you think of ground covers, you think of Little Prince. They are all things ground covers. I'm with Mike Hicks, head grower out here at Little Prince. And Mike, looks like you have some great ground covers out here that a lot of us will see out in the garden centers. And tell us kind of what are ground covers good for?
Well, okay, yeah. Thanks for having me. Thanks for coming out today, Ryan. Ground covers really kind of have a lot of different uses. You can use them obviously in like a stepping stone pathway, something like that. You can interplant between the stones and they're okay to kind of take some foot traffic as you walk across them. Adds a little kick to the pathway. You can also use them just as an understory for your finished beds. It's kind of really a nice finishing touch on your beds. It kind of fills in everywhere on the understory because you have, you have your medium and your high and your low, but now you have like the extra low hugging the ground. And a lot of people like to kind of think of them as lawn alternatives. I wouldn't recommend that on a really large scale, but if you had some small little patch areas that you kind of didn't want to grow a piece of grass in, or it's too shady for grass, this might be a good option for you.
Or if you don't want to bark dust your whole yard, add some interest.
Right.
So it looks like you have some, picked out here. A lot of us may know these from seeing them in the garden centers, but let's just kind of start on this end and let's go through here. So we got these guys over here.
It's Pratya Alba right there, a white ground cover, white flowering ground cover. It's good for full sun, grows really tight, needs probably average watering on that one.
Okay. And then that one's next to it.
Blue star creeper, isotoma, and kind of a really similar plant, just has a blue flowering, gets a little bit taller than the superstar over there.
And then they're both long flowering?
Yeah, they'll flower a large part of, mostly kind of late spring to summer, they'll flower for quite a while. Yeah, makes a really nice display if you have a really large area.
Okay. And then what about this guy right here?
That is Elfin Thyme, and it has the added benefit that if you walk on it, it releases a nice aroma as well. And then likes a little bit drier conditions than the other two.
Okay, so more of a full sun, dry condition.
Sun, yeah. All three of those were full sun. Yes.
Okay, and then moving on to these guys here.
So we have the yellow one is Scotch Moss and the green one is Irish Moss. And unlike your normal mosses, these actually want to be the more sun, the better sun you can provide for these, the better they're going to perform. And they actually like it a little bit drier as opposed to wet.
Because a lot of us think of moss and we think of shade and damp areas in the forest, but that's not where you want to plant these.
Not where you will not be successful if you put them in those areas.
So they looks like because these are pretty tight, whereas sometimes you'll see them they're very stretched out. Is that because of the sun?
Yeah, that's the sun. And actually, for most of these ground covers, the more you actually walk on them, the tighter to the ground that they will stay.
Okay, so a lot of these, you said, so they will take the foot traffic and...
Yeah, moderate foot traffic. You can't run all over them all day and play football on them or release the dogs on them. Right. But a couple of times a day is not a problem.
Okay. So like you're saying in pathways and things like that, or in beds that might get some traffic.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it looks like down there you might have some for more of a shady area.
Yeah, so these four would be for the shade. This one is called Acorus Minimus, and it's actually won't take quite as much foot traffic, but the added benefit of this one is that it's for the shade area, but it likes to be really wet. So if you have a really wet, mucky area that doesn't have very good drainage and nothing else wants to grow there for you, this might be a good option for you right here.
And then I got a few other ones, looks like up there.
Yeah, so in front of that is Soliaria, baby's tears, really nice plant. I have it growing everywhere in my yard if you ever come. And the other two are Leptonellas. This is Platt's Black over here, and that one is Gruvillii.
And so both of those like the more of a full shade or a partial shade? Or?
Partial shade would be best. Morning sun, afternoon shade would be the best one. They could take some additional shade, but 3-4 hours of sun would be.
And then people that are planting these in kind of a larger area, what do they kind of need to know for maintenance as far as like weed control or divisions and spread? What do we need to know for that?
So the first thing is early weed management. That will be your key to success. A lot of people think, well, I'm going to plant this and then no weeds will ever grow in it, and that's not actually the case. But
Okay.
the more weed management you can do, particularly early on when you have bare ground all around the plant still, the better it's going to be. And then eventually, like, you know, this, it gets to be so tight and so full when they're all together. If you've done that early weed management, your weeds will be significantly reduced.
Okay. So, you know, speaking of the weed management, what's the best way to control the weeds in it? Do you spray it, or do you have to hand pick, or?
Yeah,
what do you
unfortunately, probably not going to like the answer, but you have to get out there and pull weeds by hand. You could probably try and use, if you had just bare ground in between them, you could try some herbicide in between them, but you have to be super careful not to get it on your actual
Because
plant.
it will
Yes, but
damage
as
the
soon
plant,
as
yeah.
it gets in there, you're just going to have to go out there and hand pull them.
Right. You know, and Little Prince carries, you know, this is just a small fraction of what you grow for ground covers. You know, so if you want more information on the ground covers, you know, you make sure you go to Little Prince's website, it's littleprinceplants.com, or you can go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over, and you'll go to your local garden centers and you can find an array of Little Prince plants and ground covers. And, you know, Mike, we appreciate the information and the quick down and dirty, and, you know, it's good to be out in the garden, and, you know, we'll cover up our ground.
Great, thanks for coming out.